Chapter 27. When Maya awoke, she looked for Ubuntu, who was not near. She found her hovering on her board in a shaded glen. Sunrise sun, yellow, dense, sent stripes through the trees. She sat with her legs crossed and her eyes closed. "Ready?" Ubuntu said. Maya blinked and yawned. "Not hover on my board meditating ready," Maya said. Ubuntu laughed. "The mind must be in balance," Ubuntu replied. "Maybe tomorrow," said Maya. "Yes, let us go," Ubuntu agreed. Once more they followed the winding river valley. Gradually the mountains gave way to hills. The forest of the jungle finally grew thin. They crossed broad grassland, gliding past herds of grazing animals and birds. Eventually, even the grassland dwindled, and then was just orange dirt with sparse grass patches and an occasional resilient tree. Then they reached the threshold of the desert. Bright orange dunes lined the distance in a mirage of heat waves. Ubuntu stopped at a final watering hole to fill the botas on her back. "Do we have fruit left?" Ubuntu asked. "Some. That's not good water, is it?" Maya said. "I've had giardia before, so I'm somewhat cautious when it comes to watering holes." "No, it's not safe, but I have a way," Ubuntu answered. "Will you hold my board up? This will be much easier with 2 people." Maya held Ubuntu's board up horizontal with the bottom facing Ubuntu. The board illuminated. Ubuntu took 1 bota full of water and poured it, transferred it from 1 bota into another, flowing past the glowing board. "Is your board ultraviolet?" Maya jested. "Something like that," Ubuntu answered. The riders crept across the sea of sand, little black dots among the infinite ripples and rifts of the desert. They were in a world of sepia dunes in every direction, like a boat lost at sea in open waters, no shore in sight. "It is easy to lose your way in the desert," Ubuntu said. "The dunes are in a constant state of change. Actually, it is best, if you are lost, to travel by night. But we are not lost," she said. "My board and I have made this journey many times. I travel by muscle memory." "How is that muscle memory?" Maya asked, panting, sweating. "Every turn, every path, I feel in my muscles," Ubuntu answered. "But the dunes change," Maya put forth. "I feel the change within the path," Ubuntu replied. "That's how many times I've done it." "I trust you. I'll go by night though if it's up to me," Maya said. Suddenly, Ubuntu stopped. "What?" asked Maya. Ubuntu remained still. "Let's go, Maya. Dune swimmers," Ubuntu called. Ubuntu sped off. Maya followed. Behind them in the sand, creatures tunneled. 3 of them under the sand closed in on Ubuntu and Maya. The dune swimmers exploded from under the sand, spraying clouds of orange, blowing through the air before the sun. Maya looked back in terror. The dune swimmers were 3 large anthropomorphic scorpions, speeding towards them on brown-black exoskeleton boards that matched their brown-black exoskeleton bodies. They spewed venom and clenched razor-sharp claws, not to mention the scorpion tails raised, poised behind them. It was not a comforting sight. "We won't outrun them, Maya. On 3, we split wide and reverse into our attack. Follow my lead," Ubuntu yelled. They broke outwards with a burst of speed. Ubuntu banked wide and Maya mirrored. They returned united and launched into an attack and busted one of the bugs into oblivion. "1 down, 2 to go. Can you handle that one?" Ubuntu said. It made a growl, snarl, hiss at Maya, snapped a claw, missed, and sent a spinning tail whip knocking Maya across the sand. Yes, she answered. Ubuntu engaged in board-to-board combat with her bug, dodging tails and claws, landing a left-right, rising boardwalk kick, landing the bug on its back. She touched down and then leapt into a high backflip within the circle of the desert sun. She came down fierce with her front foot, and board nose pointed in a driving wedge with force drilling down into the armor of the scorpion, alien guts spraying everywhere. Simultaneously, Maya whipped her board back at the monster rushing towards her, hitting it in the ribs, giving it pause momentarily. Enough time for her to get up, catch the board beneath her feet, and land a spinning kick with momentum to the head. The scorpion was stunned. Maya took her board and slashed into horizontal through the bug, dropping crunchy body parts. There you go, Maya, Ubuntu said. I detest those pests. What the heck was that? Maya replied. Dune swimmers, a creature somewhere between a bug and man and demon, Ubuntu answered. They feed on everything, people, animals, the power of the board itself. They have integrated the art into their monstrous being. Devilish little brainless bugs. Let's get out of here before more of them sense this energy. Across the dunes they sped, deep into the evening sun. They passed the pyramids at dusk in the distance. Maya marveled at their majesty. Finally, they reached the far reaches of the desert threshold, and the gold-orange sands of hotness gave way to shrubs and mountains with multiple geological makeup, some solidity, something by which to finally get your bearings. No wonder people go insane in the desert, Maya said. Ubuntu laughed. I'm glad that's over, Ubuntu said. But be careful, this wasteland is not much better. Let's set up camp and get some food in our bellies. I'm starving. They hunkered down by an old dying tree in a protected gusset of the foothills. No bugs out here, Maya said, lying beneath a blanket. Nothing supernatural, Ubuntu shrugged. Rest easy. Tomorrow, not so hot, Ubuntu said, somewhat enlightening. Maya fell into a deep sleep. She had a dream Adam was a little kid on a swing. She saw their mom pushing him on a swing. She saw herself running through the wood chips. Bright sun casting shadows with the branches that blew in the breeze. She was consciousness, like a flying eye tangling with child-sized self, looping round her body, running happy, passing through the air, through her hair.